I was sound asleep, and all of a sudden, there were these sparks. Everything was black, and all the sparks and fire that was going around my head. I was getting the sensation that the whole house was on fire, and I was trapped. And I started to panic. There was not a fire. It was blow after blow to the side of my head. It felt like somebody was hitting me, and they were getting worse and worse. I didn't know what to think. It was just so confusing. I had to come to. I could feel myself fighting. There was something or someone heavy on my chest, and I couldn't see anything. And I figured out that the comforter was pulled over my head. And then all of a sudden, the voice. I heard a man's voice, and I was like struggling. And he said to me, "Do you not know what's going on?" And I'm like, "No, I have no idea what's going on. What? And he said, "There are others here, and you are being cleaned out." He says, "I am here to control you." And I started asking him, well, why is this taking place? I don't understand. And the more I asked questions, the tighter he was getting on my throat. I couldn't breathe at all, and it was getting worse. I was crying, and I said, "Please don't let this happen. I have my daughters. I'm gonna die here. I can't breathe." I was very confused. My head was pounding. I didn't know what to do. I was crying, begging on my children's lives to live. He was telling me to keep it down, be quiet, and sitting on my chest, and then he would start to ease up a little tiny bit. And I was just trying to get some air with my hands like that, trying to push up on this comforter, and I didn't have much luck there. So we struggled there for, I don't know, it seemed like it was going on and on and on. I was really getting panicky and scared. And I had an accident. I wet myself, and I had told him that. And finally, I don't know how long this went on for, and he started to ease up a bit, because I kept asking him, "Can I please get some air so I could just breathe, even if I could just breathe a little bit?" And he let me breathe, finally. He let me sit up and made sure that the comforter, I couldn't see anything. He made sure that that was well over my head. Finally, he took the comforter off, and he stood up and he said, you don't want to see me." And I said, "No, I don't want to see you." He now says to me, "I've got to go check on the others." I could hear him walking. He said to me, "You're not looking at me, are you?" And I said, "Oh God, no." I said, "No, I'm looking straight ahead. You have no worries there. I will not look at you." He left for a couple minutes, came back. I didn't hear anything. And now he would like to tie my hands behind my back. I was taking it that when he was reporting to these others, maybe it was one of their suggestions, I didn't know. The intruder seemed to have a bit of experience behind him. And he was talking like really low, and he wasn't yelling at me or anything. He was just telling me how things had to be done, and I was believing what he was saying. I was convinced that the whole time, right from the start, when I came to, that this was a robbery, and I was trying to figure out who these other people were. Were these people that knew me, had known my ex-husband? Was he in on it? Something wasn't adding up there.